Part 12. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 111. Fu Nanli has always been a person with a strong sense of time. He never does meaningless things, but he can always get bored with Wen Qiao and say some irrelevant and meaningless things. He never thinks it is a waste of time. Wen Qiao felt that the atmosphere between the two of them had become ambiguous again, and struggled to get up. Is young Master Fu so economical? You don't even turn on any lights, so I'll turn on the lights. Pressed down by the man, sit. The man bullied himself over, getting closer and closer. Light and dark overlap in his deep features. It seemed to be raining outside the floor-to-ceiling windows, pattering, which provided a more ambiguous atmosphere for the two people in the dimly lit living room. Wen Qiao had countless excuses in his mind, and he didn't know which one would make the young master less unhappy. The phone in his hand suddenly vibrated. Wen Qiao relaxed and looked at the screen. It was a video call from Lu Yuyu. Lu Yuyu, you are my father. She looked at Fu Nanli helplessly. Yuyu called. Lu Yuyu didn't know that she had already been on Mr. Fu's hunting list for the second time. Before Fu Nanli agreed, Wen Qiao immediately connected the video call, and Lu Yuyu's voice came, Qiao Qiao, are you home yet? Wen Qiao replied uncomfortably, what's wrong? Why is it so dark? No lights are turned on. Wen Qiao was held in the arms of the man, so nervous that he didn't dare to move, trying not to bring the picture to him. There is something to talk about. Why do I hear two breaths? Is there anyone next to you? Wen Qiao only felt her scalp go numb. When did Lu Yuyu become so sensitive? Well, Xiao Mo is next to me. The man's hand on her waist tightened slightly, as if dissatisfied. Wen Qiao bit the bullet and said, Yuyu, what's the matter? After you left, Shang Fan said that the composer of his song Jingzhi was a student of our Yanjian, you know. Wen Qiao nodded. Of course she knew that brother Hao probably didn't tell Shang Fan what his name was, but only told him that the composer was in Yanjian. Then, there was a post on our forum. Various analyses said that it is very likely that Mu Yu is Sulu. Wen Qiao. I reasonably suspect that Sulu posted that post herself. Wen Qiao. Sulu's face is really thicker than she imagined, but it really fits her style. Sulu likes to put money on her face too much. Wen Qiao, me again. She didn't compose this song. It will definitely overturn in the end. Lu Yuyu got excited, right, she definitely didn't do it. Why do you think she is so brazen? Wen Qiao shrugged, she has always been like this. At present, she doesn't want to expose Sulu, she doesn't want to be exposed under the flashlight of the media, which will be detrimental to Xiao Mo and Xiao Kai's condition. Fu Nanli saw that Wen Qiao and the person on the other end of the phone were talking to each other, and it seemed that the conversation became more and more lively, and even forgot his existence. When will it end? Suddenly, he spoke and asked in a very low voice. Wen Qiao froze. Lu Yuyu squinted at Wen Qiao. It's not Xiao Mo, isn't Xiao Mo unwilling to speak? I seem to hear a man's voice. Wen Qiao still wanted to talk nonsense, but Fu Nanli took the phone and said in a deep voice, it's me. Wen Qiao's outstretched hand hung in the air, and finally gave up struggling. Ah, forget it. Lu Yuyu panicked, dropped her mobile phone on the ground, and said respectfully, Master, I'm sorry for disturbing your two-person time, so I'll hang up now. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 112. Lu Yuyu has always been self-conscious in front of Fu Nanli. When Qiao reached out to pick up the phone, the man raised his arm slightly, and put the phone on the small round table behind the sofa. When Qiao Baba looked at him, I still want to go to the school forum to have a look. The man's rough thumb grabbed her chin. What? Wen Qiao realized that men don't like being left out, so she could only sit upright and hold his hand. It's getting late, go to bed. She swore that this time, she still had no intention of inviting him. Qiao er. Wen Qiao felt a sense of being bewitched in a trance with the repeated voice. There was an unpleasant knock on the door, and the face of the man who was close to him suddenly stopped, and the shadows filled him. Wen Qiao sweated for the person who was knocking on the door. No matter who that person was, he would inevitably be marked by Mr. Fu. Fu Nanli opened the door full of hostility, and there were Uncle Li and Aunt Qin standing outside the door. Uncle Li had a reserved smile on his face. Young master, I heard that you are coming back today. Madam was afraid that your dinner would not be good, so she asked us to come here. Aunt Qin picked up the two big bags in her hand, and also had a smiling face. Aunt Qin almost single-handedly brought up Fu Nanli. Aunt Qin was nearly 60 years old, and Fu Nanli respected Aunt Qin even more than his mother. That's why Uncle Li brought her here. Fu Nanli's eyes were gloomy. No need. However, Uncle Li had already led Aunt Qin into the porch from beside him. Aunt Qin was worried. The young master's face really made her feel like a light on her back. But when Uncle Li received the news that the young master brought the little girl back, he was worried. Hey, Sin. There was a bang, and the door closed a little loudly. Wen Qiao, who was sitting on pins and needles in the living room, shuddered, and saw that Uncle Li had already walked into the living room. When Uncle Li saw Wen Qiao, he felt very helpless. The young master wanted to move out for the first time, and it really was for the convenience of getting along with this little girl. The young master has never been accommodating to other people's temperament, but he always makes exceptions for this little girl. If the little girl is a good person, that's all right. But unfortunately, she was not kind. Aunt Qin bit the bullet and went into the kitchen to make dinner, while Uncle Li helped, while Fu Nanli sat on the sofa and pressed the center of his eyebrows with his hand. Seeing that he was in a bad mood, Wen Qiao read 2 jokes from Weibo and read them to him, but it didn't help. The young master's anger was suppressed in his heart, and he couldn't vent it. He seemed to have a lot of respect for that Aunt Qin. People blocked the door, and he couldn't drive her away. 3 dishes and 1 soup were ready quickly, and Wen Qiao accompanied Fu Nanli to eat a few symbolic mouthfuls of dishes. Fu Nanli dropped his chopsticks before taking a few bites. After eating, Aunt Qin can go back. Uncle Li, then let's take Xiaoan back by the way. After speaking, he looked at Wen Qiao. Wen Qiao looked at Fu Nanli. The man was sitting on the main seat. For some reason, she saw loneliness in his eyes. He wanted her to stay. She knows. Do nothing, she also wants to accompany him. The choice is hers. Thank you Uncle Li, you don't need to send me off, I can go back by myself. Fu Nanli's eyes softened slightly. Uncle Li was a little embarrassed. Yes, that's fine, young master, then Aunt Qin and I will go back first. Fu Nanli said indifferently, I don't need to come here in the future, I am so old, I won't starve to death without you. Uncle Li and Aunt Qin left in a panic and went out, both of them sighed together. Aunt Qin murmured in a low voice, the little girl is really pretty, and she is also charming. She is really determined to seduce. It is reasonable for the young master to fall. Uncle Li was helpless, who said it wasn't. Thank you for your rewards and recommendation tickets, I will show you my heart. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 113. The atmosphere had been destroyed long ago, and Fu Nanli was in a bad mood visible to the naked eye. Wen Qiao pulled him back to the living room, and helped him tune the TV. What channel do you like to watch? Documentary channel? About scientists, Feynman, your English name is Feynman, you should like it? On a rainy night, he was watching a documentary, and she was swiping her phone in the arms of a man. Wen Qiao panicked and had the illusion that she and him were already an old married couple. Oh, that's right, the 2 million. He responded lightly. Too much, I don't need that much pocket money. It's not a lot of money. You take the flowers and tell me when you're done spending them. Wen Qiao, isn't this a lot of money? I can't take it. I'll transfer it to you. Be good, be obedient. He stroked the top of her hair as he spoke. His attention was still on the TV, he really felt that 2 million was nothing, and his tone was slightly perfunctory. Wen Qiao. Too difficult. If you don't dare to act rashly and spend it on him, they will turn around and transfer you 4 million yuan, keep it, and when something happens, return it to him intact. Fu Nanli didn't want to force her to do something she didn't want to do. That night, he slept in the master bedroom and she slept in the guest room. There was a wall, and he was sleeping very close to her. Wen Qiao rested his arms on his pillow, tossing and turning, and it took a long time before he fell asleep. Regarding the composer of Awakening of Insects, many students of Yanjian asked Sulu for verification, asking if it was her. Sulu only replied, "Don't ask, please. I just want to study hard and be a low-key student." This undoubtedly implies to others, yes, I am the composer of Jingj, but because I keep a low profile, you don't want to disturb my life. Zhao Tong was the happiest. Lulu, is it really you? I knew it was you. You composed the song you played at the sophomore students' day party yourself. Lulu, you are so talented. Sulu smiled a little forcedly. Wen Qiao helped her compose the song for the students' day party, and only she and Wen Qiao knew about it. Again, she was a little guilty. Tong Tong, well, don't talk about it, I don't like to be in the limelight. When Wen Qiao returned to school, several media cars were parked at the gate, and a group of reporters smoked and chatted around the car. When they saw Wen Qiao, there was a commotion among the reporters. Several reporters who were waiting for Mu Yu to get impatient wanted to come over, but Lu Yu blocked them. Those reporters sighed, this female student is very beautiful, if they can't interview Mu Yu, they will settle for the next best thing, interviewing a school belle or something is not bad. Wen Qiao held the yogurt in his hand and walked towards the campus while drinking it. Suddenly, someone yelled, Mu Yu has come out, come out. Wen Qiao. Looking up, Sulu appeared at the gate of the school dressed up, and Zhao Tong was beside her with a proud face. Lu Yu pursed her lips, Shang Fan has already said that Mu Yu is low-key and low-key. Sulu, she can't wait to come out in a small dress. Is this called low-key? Do these reporters have any brains? The reporters who were still paying attention to Wen Qiao rushed to Sulu's side. Beautiful girls are the same. Talented girls are rare. Wen Qiao leaned against the trunk of the banyan tree at the school gate, drinking yogurt, while watching Sulu pretending to be proud, she wanted to laugh. Teacher Mu Yu, you are Teacher Mu Yu, right? Zhao Tong acted as her bodyguard, sorry, we just want to go out for breakfast. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 114. Lu Yu complained, eat breakfast, put on full makeup, blow your hair, and dress so grandly. The microphone surrounded Sulu tightly. There was no such a grand occasion when she won the International Piano Grand Prix before, but now she was a little swayed by the false glory, as if she was really Mu Yu. I'm sorry, you don't come to the school gate in the future, it will affect other students' class, I'm sorry, please let me go. Do not deny, do not admit. Anyway, everything is your own idea. There is reason to justify myself if the car overturned. Through the hustle and bustle of the crowd, she felt a playful look, and looked at Wen Qiao lazily leaning against the tree with an inexplicable smile. Sulu gritted her teeth and played tricks. The road was completely surrounded, and a few tall boys came up from behind to help Sulu clear the way. Sorry, reporters, this is a school, and other students still have to study and live. Please don't cause trouble to Sulu. Lu Yuyu, it seems to belong to the student union. Wen Qiao raised her eyebrows and lazily walked to school. Fame is like floating clouds to her. The health of the family is far more important than these external objects. Lu Yuyu was a little unwilling. Originally, after your performance last night, there were a lot of discussions about you, and you also gained a group of supporters, who are sure to be elected as the school belle. They all turned back again, thinking that it would be more honorable to choose her as the school belle, and I was so pissed off. I really hope that the real Mu Yu will come out and slap her in the face. I'm Mu Yu. Wen Qiao drank the last sip of yogurt, stood in front of the trash can, carefully screened it, and threw it into the dry trash can. Lu Yuyu. Jojo, what are you talking about? Wen Qiao looked at her with a smile. I am Mu Yu, only you know. Lu Yuyu is like a family member to her. She can talk to Yuyu about anything. Yuyu is very aggressive, but she has always been very tight-lipped about her affairs, and she is the person she trusts the most. Huh? Really? Wen Qiao covered her mouth. It's true, the Sing Sing bridge that Sulu played at the sophomore year's party was also composed by me, and she snatched it from the magpie's nest. Lu Yuyu came to a sudden, no wonder you can share the stage with Shangfan if you want. You go and slap Sulu in the face, and expose her mask. Wen Qiao was a little helpless. You have also seen that those reporters are like vampires, they are moved by the wind. If Mu Yu's identity is exposed, I will become a public figure. Xiao Mo, Xiao Qi, they will also be affected. They now is the critical period of treatment. The last time Sulu asked someone to block the door, it took Xiao Mo a long time to gradually recover. I can't make fun of their health. Lu Yuyu was so angry that she thumped the tree. Sulu, that bitch, is so mad at me. The school beauty you mentioned, is it already being selected? Lu Yuyu nodded aggrievedly. Well, there is a top post on the school forum. Lin Xiang, Chun Xiao, we all support you, but you are outnumbered. Since Sulu hinted that she is Mu Yu last night, the approval rate soaring, now far ahead, the vote rate is. Lu Yuyu took out her phone and took a look. She was so angry that she almost dropped her phone. The approval rate is already 72%, but you only have more than 10%, and the other candidates are not good enough. Sulu will really give it to you yourself. When is the voting deadline? Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me. The boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 115. September 15 th. Wen Qiao thoughtfully said, then let her draw water from a bamboo basket and get nothing. Lu Yuyu became excited. Is it okay? Qiao. Is it really okay? Wen Qiao put her arm around Lu Yuyu's shoulders and walked toward the dormitory building. She works so hard to get honors that don't belong to her. She just wants to be the school beauty. She won't get her wish. Don't worry. When I walked to the dormitory, I met Dai Yi, the school beauty of the School of Drama. The makeup is exquisite and bright, and she does look good. Because she arrived late, she was transferred to Yanjian's dormitory, and lived in the same north and south buildings as Wen Qiao and the others. It is also because of his marketing skills that his reputation is far-reaching and he has many followers. Every day, there are always various trots parked at the back door of the living area, hoping to make beautiful women smile. Dai Yi was also in line with the arrogance of a beauty. She never looked at people seriously and walked past them arrogantly. When she saw Wen Qiao, who was wearing sports and casual clothes, she seemed to look down on her slightly. Lu Yuyu almost clenched her fists and rushed forward. Qiao is much prettier than you, what the hell? Wen Qiao held him down. Lu Yuyu liked to drag her around to compare her beauty so much that Wen Qiao felt tired. Back in the dormitory, Lin Xiang was recording a video. She and Chun Xiao were both big guys in the music industry, with 600,000 and 500,000 fans respectively. Every time they posted a video, the screen would be full of bullets, making them very popular. Wen Qiao's account has also been opened, and he plans to record a video and upload it in the next 2 days to test the waters. The cute little Chun Xiao was very enthusiastic. Qiao, you posted the video, I will recommend it to you. With your level, it is easy to accumulate fans. Okay, thank you. After Lin Xiang finished recording a song, he put down the flute, put away the camera and tripod, and said calmly, I can also make a guest appearance on your channel. Chun Xiao held her face and said, Ms. Xiang is very popular online. If she goes to your channel, she will definitely help you attract huge traffic. Thank you all. The girls in the dormitory are all easy to get along with and are very like-minded, which is really commendable. Lu Yuyu raised her hand and said, the post that originally voted for our folk music department to be shut down was blocked because the video of us performing on the same stage with Shang Fan last night was out of the circle. The top stream is worthy of being the top stream. It caused a stir. There's been quite a discussion and it looks like the school board will take another look at this. After saying that, he hugged Chun Xiao and almost cried with joy. In contrast, Wen Qiao and Lin Xiang both belonged to the calm group, and raised their eyebrows slightly, pretty good. Also in unison. Song Hao sent a message. There are rumors on the internet that Su Lu, a classmate from your school, is Mu Yu, and her identity has been stolen by others. Are you not worried? Brother Hao, please send a statement on September 14th, denying that Su Lu is Mu Yu's Weibo statement. No problem. Brother Hao almost responded to her every request. Thank you, Brother Hao. I have 2 songs here. I will send them to your email. You can take a look. They are mixed with some elements of ancient folk music. Shang Fan seemed to be quite interested in this aspect last time. I was just about to urge you to submit a piece of music. It seems we have a good understanding. Send it over and I'll take a look. Seeing the support rate rising, Su Lu couldn't help but smile like a winner. Today is already the 12th, and there are only 3 days left before the school beauty deadline. It is almost a certainty that she will be selected as the school beauty. Now, without the help of the Wen family, she had to rely on herself for everything. She had to do many things on the fly, and the only one she could rely on was herself. She is bound to win the title of school beauty of Yanjian, so that she will become a representative of both talent and beauty. The school will definitely train her a lot, which will make it easier for her to become famous. She is full of desire for fame and fortune. What does it mean to climb up on the backs of 1 or 2 people? If people don't do it for themselves, heaven and earth will destroy them. By noon on September 14th, Su Lu's support rate was in a crushing lead, reaching 80% of the votes. Under this situation, Wen Qiao could still get 14% of the votes, which made Su Lu feel sad. A little diaphragmatic. At noon, Song Hao, the music director of Haimao Records, posted on Weibo. At Song Hao, regarding the fact that has been widely circulated on the internet that Su Lu, a classmate of Yanjian, is teacher Mu Yu, I would like to clarify that teacher Mu Yu is not Su Lu. At present, teacher Mu Yu does not want her identity to be exposed. She also hopes that journalists, please stop making things difficult for Yanjian students and give them a clean learning environment. I really didn't know there was a song called Jingj ha ha ha. This Jingj is not the other Jingj, I just chose the name randomly. 4 updates starting tomorrow. Thank you for your support. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 116. As soon as this Weibo post came out, there were several more posts on Yanjian's school forum. One of them is a post in which Sulu went out of her way to speak for herself anonymously. She was still arguing, I think Sulu should keep a low profile and let Hai Mao's music director post this on Weibo. Reporters have been pestering her in the past few days, and she must be unbearable. Even after she posted this post, her public approval rating still dropped rapidly at an uncontrollable speed. The school beauty was originally selected, but Wen Qiao's photos and videos from that night are still being circulated wildly on the forum. Wen Qiao is much more beautiful than Sulu, as anyone with some sense of aesthetics will know. Although the folk music department is not top-notch, they are one-size-fits-all, and they will not confuse academic studies with appearance. The most important thing is that there are many girls in Yanjian. Almost all girls are on Wen Qiao's side. After all, girls are much better at detecting bitches than boys. Sulu panicked. She never wanted much. Wen Qiao took away Zhuang Yan and alienated Uncle Wen from her. Now he even wants to compete with her for the title of school beauty. Wen Qiao's gaudy appearance is not suitable for being a school beauty at all. Zhao Tong stood firmly by her side, gritting his teeth and saying, no matter what, we can't let Wen Qiao become the school beauty. Does Wen Qiao want to be the school beauty? Of course I don't want to. Being the school beauty is so popular. Whether it's deception or reality, she is Fu Nanli's girlfriend now. She doesn't want being a school belle to bring her too many unnecessary romances, and she doesn't want Fu Nanli to always worry about her. Therefore, after Song Hao's Weibo post was posted, she began to operate behind the scenes and transferred all her votes to the third place, and opened many posts on the forum to canvass votes for the third place Song Yu. Song Yu from the piano department originally planned to watch one or two people fighting fiercely, so he was drinking milk tea and scrolling on his mobile phone while he was about to land. Suddenly, I saw my approval rating skyrocketing without warning, and I was so frightened that I almost spit out a mouthful of milk tea. Is it a bug? She was a little panicked. As of 12 o'clock in the evening, Song Yu, Sulu, and Wen Qiao were the top three with support rates of 38%, 32%, and 29% respectively, and Song Yu became the latest school beauty. Song Yu was panicked. She didn't operate behind the scenes, and she thought Wen Qiao was more beautiful. Would she be attacked? Wen Qiao first posted on Weibo. At Wen Qiao, congratulations at Song Yu has become our school beauty at Yanjian, a beautiful young lady, so cute / picture. The accompanying picture is a beautiful life photo of Song Yu. Song Yu received at and immediately replied on Weibo at Song Yu at Wen Qiao is the campus beauty who deserves to be in my heart. She is so beautiful. I am your fan. / picture. The accompanying picture is a breathtakingly beautiful photo of Wen Qiao. Sulu. You two are so humble to each other, do you think I am dead? But now, she knows that she has failed. She has made so many efforts, but in the end it is all in vain. She was so angry that her heart ached. Nothing goes as planned. But the best thing about misfortune is that it's not Wen Qiao. So what if Song Yu becomes the school beauty? She will know what it means to be a school beauty with borders. Wen Qiao also breathed a sigh of relief, and Lu Yuyu said regretfully, you must be so good. When I was in high school, I canvassed for you everywhere and wanted you to be the school beauty. When you get to university, well, everyone's aesthetics are normal. Oh, but it's a pity that you don't want to be the school beauty. Qiao, will I ever see you become the school beauty? Wen Qiao pinched her face lovingly, when Xiao Mo and Xiao Qi get better, I will run for election and fight for our Yuyu. It's a deal. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 117. At 7 o'clock in the morning, it was raining outside. Wen Qiao and the others had classes at 10 o'clock, the curtains were drawn, The room was dark, and the four of them slept in the dark. Lu Yuyu muttered, "Whoever goes to the cafeteria to buy breakfast, bring one for me." Wen Qiao woke up and struggled to sit up. "I'll go buy it. What do you want to eat?" Chun Xiao poked her head out, "Potato pancakes." Lin Xiang stretched out her hand, "I'll be with you." "No, I'll buy it for you." Wen Qiao wore a hoodie, buttoned up the hat, and took a meal card. She didn't even bring an umbrella. She was like a boy, not so proud. As soon as he left the dormitory building, he saw a bright yellow Porsche trotting downstairs, and it was Shangfan who got out of the car. Unlike the complicated and gorgeous stage singing costume he wore in the last performance, today he is wearing a white t-shirt with a blue and white striped shirt on top, and washed white jeans on his lower body, which is very refreshing for a big boy. Seeing Wen Qiao, he immediately walked up to him with a smile. Shangfan had a cheerful personality and was familiar with him. He felt that he had worked with Wen Qiao before, so he must be considered a friend, so he wanted to hug Wen Qiao when he came up. "Don't hug others," Fu Nanli's exhortation still rings in my ears. Just when Shangfan opened his arms to hug her, Wen Qiao pressed his shoulder and fell firmly over his shoulder. The top-notch, explosive Shangda male god was thrown to the ground by Wen Qiao just like that. Even though it was a rainy morning, it still attracted the attention of many people. Many girls exclaimed and took out their mobile phones to take videos. Shangfan's expression was painful. Wen Qiao just gave the people on the ground a condescending look, and then entered the cafeteria without looking back. Shangfan. "Ah, this little fairy is so strong, he likes it." When Wen Qiao returned to the dormitory with a big bag of breakfast, she heard Lu Yuyu's terrifying roar. "Qiao, did you beat Shangfan?" Wen Qiao shared their breakfasts with them, took a sip of a bag of soy milk. "Yeah." "Why?" Wen Qiao didn't care and said, "He wanted to hug me. Fu Nanli didn't like me hugging other men, so I threw him." Lu Yuyu, there's no need to throw him, right? Instinctive reaction, I won't do it next time. Lin Xiang and Chun Xiao ate melons in silence. Lu Yuyu said worriedly, "Shangfan is top-notch, and his fans are crazy. I'm afraid many people will trouble you with your actions." Wen Qiao, that's better than making Fu Nanli unhappy. She is not afraid of being an enemy of thousands of people, but she is afraid that Fu Nanli will be unhappy. Lu Yuyu crawled onto her bed, looked at her ambiguously, and whispered, "Did you really fall in love?" Wen Qiao's fingers trembled, and she lowered her eyes. "Don't talk nonsense, but no matter what, I'm his girlfriend now, he treats me well, and I should please him." Lu Yuyu swiped her phone. It's a bit strange, according to Shangfan's traffic, being thrown over the shoulder by someone is easy to be on the trending searches, but it hasn't been on the trending searches. It seems that someone spent money to push the trending searches. Wen Qiao leaned over and took a look. "Oh. I heard that Shangfan airborne the fan group, so let them stop fermenting this matter. His big fans are very powerful, and the small fans are very restrained and disciplined." Wen Qiao still responded flatly, "Oh. I was worried just now that fans would flesh you out and trouble you. It seems that Shangfan and I want to go together. He is quite prepared for a rainy day, eh? He was thrown by you, why is he still so kind to you? Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me." Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 118. Chun Xiao already showed a smile that kowtowed to CP. "I think Shangfan and Qiao are a good match." Lu Yuyu stood up and said, "Don't talk nonsense, our Qiao already has a wife. If you have seen Mr. Fu, you will never side with Shangfan. I have never met Mr. Fu, so I will just talk to CP Wen Shang." Lu Yuyu and Chun Xiao started arguing. Wen Qiao. People outside stopped spreading the news, but it was impossible not to discuss it among the students inside Yanjian. Everyone came to the unanimous conclusion that Chang Fan definitely likes Wen Qiao. In the dormitory next door, Sulu looked at the various messages in the group. They all said that Chang Fan liked Wen Qiao and looked ugly. She sent both the video and the message to Zhuang Yan. It should be a certainty that Wen Qiao will hook up wherever he goes. Zhuang Yan, as long as he has a right mind, should know that those rumors of flirting are not rumors. Zhuang Yan received her message but did not reply. Now he would no longer be led away by the nose. It was very clear in the video that it was Shang Fan who wanted to hug her, but she threw him to the ground. At best, Shang Fan likes her, but she doesn't like Shang Fan. The relationship is so clear-cut and she doesn't let any man get close to her. Is it because she is worried that the young master of the Fu family will be jealous? Does she love Fu Nanli that much? Envy of Fu Nanli spread uncontrollably. School 11 arranged for us to perform in Austria. This is the only thing Sulu can be thankful for. After all, she and Zhuang Yan are leaders in their respective fields and often have the opportunity to perform together. Zhuang Yan still didn't reply. Sulu stroked her phone gently. Are you so indifferent to me? Even if she did do some terrible things, it was because she liked him and was too afraid that he would be snatched away by Wen Qiao. Is love wrong? There was Zhuang Yan's aunt on the school board of directors, and Zhuang Yan sent a message to his aunt, asking if it would be feasible to bring Wen Qiao from the folk music department to Austria on October 11th. Wen Qiao, who had been in class for the day, was sitting at his desk. As usual, he asked about Wen Kai's homework and asked about Wen Mo's situation. I received a message on my mobile phone. There is still one spot for the National Day Austria concert. The folk music department only allows you to go alone. Please fill out the registration form. It was from her counselor. Wen Qiao didn't hesitate at all and directly replied to the message. Sorry, teacher, I have arrangements for National Day and I can't go, so let someone else go. She had already agreed to go to Germany with Fu Nanli, so naturally she couldn't break her promise. Wen Qiao, don't be stupid, this is a rare opportunity. Such a good opportunity has never fallen to the students of the folk music department before. Teacher, I really can't go. I want to go to Germany. I've already made a decision. Thank you for your kindness. Let someone else go. After waiting all night, Zhuang Yan only received one message. The little girl refused to go, saying she was going to Germany. His eyes fell on the word Germany. The young master of the Fu family was flying to Munich, Heiken, so he naturally knew it. So when Kioxi wanted to fly to Germany with him, didn't she try so hard to keep the folk music department? Why did she turn down this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity so easily just to accompany a man? What's the difference between Wen Qiao and the foolish king who neglected government affairs just to win a smile from a beautiful woman? He was annoyed. In the cafeteria, Wen Qiao was blocked by the angry young master. Why not go to Austria? Wen Qiao held the dinner plate, sat at the dining table, ate slowly, and glanced at him lightly. Does it have anything to do with you? You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me. The boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 119. Don't you want to keep the folk music department? Wen Qiao understood that this opportunity was given to her by Zhuang Yan's charity, and she twitched her lips. I don't need to rely on others to give me the opportunity, I can rely on myself. Zhuang Yan couldn't vent his anger. Just because I rejected you, just because of your so-called self-esteem? Give up such a good opportunity? Do you know how many people in the school are fighting for this opportunity? Crack, Wen Qiao dropped the chopsticks in his hand. The chopsticks bounced twice on the dinner plate and fell to the ground. The atmosphere is tense. Yes, it's the so-called self-esteem. I won't be on the same stage as you, Zhuang Yan, never. Zhuang Yan was stunned for a moment, then gritted his teeth. Okay, very good, I'm meddling in my own business, and I won't care about your nonsense anymore. Zhuang Yan was furious and walked away. Lu Yuyu took a pair of new chopsticks and handed them to Wen Qiao. Don't get angry with him, it's not worthwhile to be angry with yourself. Wen Qiao ate sullenly. She never cared about all those students who laughed at her. The sharpest wounds on her heart will always come from the people she cares about. She used to care about Zhuang Yan a lot. But he regarded her as a waste and trampled on her mercilessly. Now it's wishful thinking again, thinking that it's good for her, but if she doesn't accept it, it's because she doesn't know good from bad. Why? The meal was not very pleasant. It was already noon on Friday. After eating, there was no class in the afternoon. Wen Qiao packed up her luggage, put on her backpack, and prepared to go home. At the back door of the school, I saw a Mercedes-Benz SUV. A young man opened the door. Dai Yi got into the car with a haughty expression. Wen Qiao turned her head to look at the man who opened the door for her. She was a little familiar. Fu Zhang. Fu Nanli's cousin. The playboy cousin who provoked her and rushed to give her $1 million. Through the car window, Dai Yi glanced at Wen Qiao and Lu Yuyu who were not far away, feeling a little smug. After all, he is the young master of the Fu family, and the status of the Fu family in Haikan. As we all know, Fu Zhang is now her real boyfriend, and he is already helping her choose scripts. She can play the heroine just after her freshman year. After closing the car door, Fu Zhang was about to get in the car. When he turned around and saw Wen Qiao, he was terrified. Thus, Dai Yi saw her rich second-generation boyfriend, who was respectful to anyone who met him, suddenly walked up to Wen Qiao. Dai Yi immediately sat upright, full of sense of crisis. After all, Wen Qiao was beautiful, and she was almost selected as the school belle of Yanjian. She knew about it. In the next second, she was even more surprised. Fu Zhang bowed respectfully to Wen Qiao with a flattering smile on his face. Wen Qiao, why should she? Fu Zhang rubbed his hands together and said, are you also studying at the Drama Academy? Yanjian, the dormitory areas are together. Oh, where are you going? Do you need me to give you a ride? Giant humming grovels. Wen Qiao raised her eyebrows. Aren't you afraid that your brother will misunderstand? Fu Zhang was startled. I don't have any other intentions, I just send my sister-in-law off as a younger brother. No, my friend's car is here to pick you up. After speaking, he pointed to the Porsche beside him. Okay. When Wen Qiao was about to get in the car, she saw the driver in the driver's seat of Fu Jiang's car. His sleeves were half rolled up, and the tattoo on his right arm was exposed. It was the tattoo on the tattooed man she saw in the hospital at that time. A string of letters. She froze in place for an instant. It's not the Fu brothers, so it's the driver? It turned out to be Fu Jiang's driver? Not Fu Chuan's driver? 4 changes completed. Thank you for your rewards and recommendation tickets, love. Amnesiac Bigshot remembers only me, the boss lost his memory and only remembers me. Author, Ding Jiashu. Chapter 120. Countless thoughts flashed through her mind. So Fu Zhang was pretending to be a playboy, pretending to be a pig and eating the tiger? Or is there any other possibility? It was Fu Chuan who took advantage of Fu Jiang's driver. If something happened like this, Fu Zhang would take the blame. Yes, she still doubted Fu Chuan, because Fu Chuan's various behaviors were very strange. He seemed to have been secretly observing her. Several times when Fu Nanli wanted to be intimate with her, he would quietly come out to sabotage them. Fu Chuan was innocent, and she would not believe it to his death. How long have you been driving? She turned her back and asked Fu Zhang in a low voice. Fu Zhang didn't even think about it and said, it's been 4 years, what's wrong? Wen Qiao nodded, nothing. Perhaps last time in Xiaotangshan, her actions were too obvious, which made Fu Chuan defensive, so he deliberately asked the driver to show his arms to her to tell her. The person in question is Fu Zhang. In short, she felt that the playboy Fu Zhang had no such intentions. Fu Zhang got in the car, and Dai Yi leaned over and said, "Why are you so attentive to Wen Qiao? Are you eating the food in the bowl and thinking about the food in the pot?" Fu Zhang glanced at her. "I don't have the courage. Don't provoke her in school. She is not someone you can afford to provoke." When Wen Qiao returned home, Wen Qi and Xiaobai were playing games as usual. Ding Hai was playing mobile games and Wen Mo was still watching cartoons. She put down her backpack, walked to the computer table, and knocked on the table. "Everyone has entered the third year of junior high school. I heard that there will be a proficiency test at the beginning of school. How did you do in the test?" Just as the game was over, Wen Qi took off his headphones and said with an air of publicity, "The progress is rapid." "What kind of speed magic?" "The second to last student in the class has risen to 28th. Xiaobai and Ding Hai looked admiring. "Sister Qiao, brother Qi is really a talent." Even the head teacher praised him. Wen Qiao rubbed his head. "Keep working hard and strive to be admitted to a key high school like Xiao Mo. When the time comes, you will be allowed to join the club, and you too will also study hard. Do you understand?" "Yes, yes, Sister Qiao, our grades have also improved slightly, all thanks to Xiao Mo's good teaching." When Mo was sitting on the sofa, watching TV and playing with the Rubik's Cube in his hand. He didn't even need to look at the Rubik's Cube in his hand as he could quickly turn it into 6 sides. Wen Qiao sat next to him, took the Rubik's Cube, and turned it around casually. "Go to Dr. Chen's tomorrow, eh?" When Mo nodded. Wen Qiao held his face. "Have we, Xiao Mo, had any intention to speak recently?" Wen Mo's expression suddenly became a little nervous, and his hands unconsciously clenched into fists. Wen Qiao immediately smiled. "Why are you so nervous with your sister? It doesn't matter if you don't talk. We can wait until the day you want to talk." When Mo got up, went into the room, took out a big box, and handed it to Wen Qiao. "Camera." When Mo typed a string of words on his mobile phone, "I bought a camera with the Mathematical Olympiad prize. My sister said that she wants to be an Instagram host and needs to use the camera to shoot videos. It's a beautiful SLR camera." Wen Qiao was full of praise. "We, Xiao Mo, are so capable. We can make money to buy a camera for my sister. I'm planning to buy one. I like it so much." When Mo looked at her with a smile. "As long as my sister likes it." 11 arrived soon, and Wen Qiao lied to her mother again about going on a trip with Lu Yuyu. Lu Yuyu was very cooperative and secretly asked her to mention her achievements in front of Mr. Fu. "The merits outweigh the faults, and I hope Mr. Fu will not remember the mistakes she made before." Fu Nanli's flight was at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and Wen Qiao arrived at noon. Fu Nanli asked her to arrive early, and she even had lunch with him in the airline restaurant. Naturally, a young master like Fu Nanli has a special private room. When Fu Nanli led Wen Qiao to the restaurant, as Zhao Yuan said, the entire Dongpu airport was drowned in tears by female employees, and everyone was discussing who the girl next to Captain Fu was.